Greetings, everyone. Peace, beloveds. How are you? This is Sistah Yaya here with Soul Tribe Heals, Soul Tribe Caribbean Apothecary, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about something that we need to discuss. hmm I'm going to give some people some time to come in, but we're going to talk about something very important. Oh, spiritual warfare. What does this mean, and why is it so important? First, let me tell you this. The reason why it's so important because it deals with your energy and it impacts everything that you do. People think of spiritual warfare for those people who are in the church or those people who are in some spirituality. But let me tell you, we are all in this together. But do you know what you need to do to arm yourself? Do you know how to teach your children how to protect themselves? Do you know how to protect yourselves? Huh? Hey Mika, how you doing? Yes, so we're going to get into it today. I hope you have your notebooks because I have mine. I hope you have a pen because I have mine. If you don't, go and get something to write with. This is not anything you want to just hear and not get a chance to write down, to go over again, because this information is going to save, it can save your life. It can save the lives of those who you love, right? I have beautiful chorus with me joining us with some music to kind of set the environment because we're about to get into this thing. We're about to see what is going on and what we can do about it. Hey Tam, greetings. How are you? Now let's get into it. Spiritual warfare basics. Now this is the basic. Um, very, very, very rudimentary. There are other things and other tools and other modalities as you grow in this process you will pick up. But these are things you need to be mindful of, right? So let's give thanks to our ancestors. Let's give thanks to the spirit, nature, all around us, everything that embraces us. Yes. Let's start by breathing. Let's breathe in through our nose for 5 seconds. Let's hold it for 5 seconds. And then gently just release it through your mouth for 5 seconds. This helps to to settle our spirit so we can hear. This helps to relax our body so we can receive what we need to receive from this teaching, okay? So we're going to do that 3 times and we're going to do it together. So let's breathe in for breathe in for 5, hold it for 5, and we're going to release it through our mouth for 5 seconds, okay? We're going to do 3 rounds of that. Let's breathe in, hold it, and release. Breathe in again, hold it, and release gently. Let's breathe in again, hold it, gently release. All right, that feels wonderful. So now that we're grounded, our spirit is open to receive. Let's get right into this. So, spiritual warfare basics. The first thing you need to know, the first thing you have to know, that love is the highest vibration that conquers all. Number one, this is the premise of what we're talking about. How do we know? Everything that comes to attack us comes to get us off of our love walk, comes to get us into frustration, comes to get us in aggravation and irritation and to stress. And when we're in that mode, hey Marilyn, we can't be in our peace and we can't be in our power. So our power is divine love, hands down. Hands down, forget what you heard, forget that evil trumps, forget all of that. It is love. This is why I always tell you stay on your square, stay on your spiritual square, stay on your love, stay on your love. And we're going to talk about this, but remember that your divine love is your power. Your power is divine love. Hands down. This is how you win a spiritual battle because what we see around us, right, is only a manifestation of a thought. A thought was put to words and that manifested itself, right? So we know that everything is created through energy. Every attack, every event is an energy. It is important that we recognize when things are an energy that we can't go flesh and blood. We can't go, oh, I'm gonna put up my fist, I'm gonna holler and scream. No, you'll never win that way because they playing on one level and they playing chess, you playing checkers. The environment is playing chess, but we playing checkers when we try to do in our physical realm. So you have to look at spiritual warfare purely energetic. Purely energetic. Remember, these attacks that come is try to get you off your square, get you out of your peace, get you out of your joy. Once they get you out of there, oh, you're wide open. This is why your warfare is beginning in divine love and self-love for yourself. Everything comes from a thought and a word. Everything comes from a thought and a word. Keep this in mind. Everything. Nothing created is not created in this realm without a word or a thought. That includes everything that's in your life today. Everything that you've manifested, from your home to your mate, to your partner, to your children, to your education, to your car, started with a thought, and you confess something with your mouth. Hands down. That's how it works. So, when you are under spiritual attack, what do you do? When there's things that are going on, what do you do? First thing, remember, you are the creator of your life. Good, bad, and different, however you're judging it, although we ask you not to judge it, the ancestors ask you not to judge it. You are a creator of everything that's in your life. What does that mean? That means that you have power. What does that mean? That nothing can't come to you unless you first give a consent. What do you mean consent? I didn't consent for this to happen. I didn't consent to be bankrupt. I didn't. On some level, you did. Sometimes we have subconscious programs that run, right? Things from our childhood, from our parents. They keep running in the background, and they guide and direct how we move. What does this have to do with spiritual warfare? You're about to find out. Because some of these things that we take on and that we do are not for our highest good. It's not in alignment with divine love. And when you're not in alignment with divine love, you leave yourself open for situations and things to happen, right? So spiritual warfare is looking at yourself, looking at your protectors. And we're going to talk about these things. But the idea is you stay in alignment with divine love of who you are. That is your power. It is also your strength, and it's also your life force. This whole thing, family, is about your life force. This whole experience that we're having in this realm is about your life force and what you're going to do with it, or what you're going to allow somebody else to do with it. What we watch on the news and we see in world news is all about getting your attention, which is your focus, which is your energy, to go on what's going on over there. When you focus your attention on something outside of you, I don't care what it is, part of your power goes with that, what you're focusing on. So if you're focusing on not having enough money for this, or you're focused about a physical ailment, or you're focused on a relationship, you're taking your power, right? Let's say you have 100 marbles and you're putting 20 marbles over there. So now you only have 80, but you're not at your optimal. And so guess what happens? It's easy for things to come in and to fill up. It's easy for things to slide in because you're not where you need to be. You need to be 100% within your own energy. That's defense number one, your own power. It is about your own power, your life force energy, which creates and destroys. So sometimes you'll find that energies and situations and places will try to siphon off your energy. We try to get your emotions riled up, right? Get you upset, get you talking, get you arguing, taking away your power. And while you're doing that, emotionally, while you're getting tied up in that, there's something creeping right behind and creeping into your life, right? Because they see an opportunity. When you're outside of love, when you're outside of divinely who you are, you open yourself up to different entities and opportunities to attract themselves to you. How does that happen? Let me share something with you. You have low vibrational beings and things, everything, there's levels to things, right? When you come out of love, when you come out of your divine power, what happens is you drop your energy down a little bit, right? So things that kind of is on that energetic level, may have frustration, poor health, these things can easily attach themselves because now you're a match, because you're a god, but you let something get in the way and now you're down here and these things are already down here. So now they can easily attach themselves to your life, to your situations, because there's an opportunity, because you've made yourself a match. Remember, we talked about you being God, your divine love being your power. Divine love is up here. But oh, beloved, if you're hanging with people who are gossiping, who are negative, who are bitter, or you have these feelings yourself, you're gonna bring down your energy to meet that. And that's going to give an opportunity for something to continue to attack you. And when I mean attack, it may not be violent. It could be a sickness. It could be something happening to your money. It could be just how you feel in your emotional life. These are the different ways things show up. Things that are negative that you don't want in your life, basically. It could easily attach itself to you because you've made yourself an energetic match to that problem, to that situation. Yes? These are the basics. This is the spiritual hygiene that's required for you to maintain yourself no matter where you go. You are the power. You and your energy. What you put your attention to, what you put your focus on grows. That's the way we're created. Like it, love it, hate it. It is what it is. But it's also an opportunity to say, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm not going to complain about that anymore. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. Just saying no is very powerful, and it's a great way to get your power back. But let's talk some more. Let's talk some more. How do you know when you're under attack? How do you know? How do you know? How can I feel? I don't know, yeah, blah, 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 blah. How do you know? Check out how you feel. Do you feel empowered? Do you feel strengthened? Do you feel uplifted? Do you feel like you can do anything? Do you feel, and I'm not saying this is always the case, but in a lot of times we may have energies that are attached themselves to us, which is part of spiritual attack, that have attached ourselves to us either from childhood, from relationships, from working out of place. Every time you end something, every time something ends in your life, you need to do a cutting ritual. I don't care if you end a job, end a relationship, you got a new car, whatever you end a relationship with something, it's good to do a ceremony and ritual to end that energy because sometimes that's still attached to us. So these are some hygiene things. So it's almost like you clean your whole house, right? So you're gonna see if someone drops something on the floor because your whole house is clean. Your floors are white. Everything is just clean, 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 clean. So when someone throws some shit on your set or something falls on the floor, you can easily spot it and say, okay, boom. But if your house is filthy, the floors ain't been mopped, the walls ain't been washed down, the tub is dirty, the toilet's disgusting, if something falls on the floor or lands somewhere, there's a good chance that you're not going to catch it. Or you're not really going to be mindful of it because, hey, the whole place is messy to begin with. This is the same way it works within us. This is the same way energy works within us. The cleaner we keep our energy, the more pristine and more mindful we are of our emotions, the more mindful we are of ourselves, the better it will be. The less likely you are for something to come and take you off guard. Less likely. Not say it's going to be 100%, but spiritual hygiene is number one with your first line of defense. I know y'all can hear the rain back here. I'm outside. I thought it would be nice to be outside. So please enjoy. If you can't hear me, please let me know. Okay, first things first. Fundamentals. I have 3 of them for you. I'm not going to take too much of your time today. Number 1, protection and defense. Protection and defense. Spiritual warfare. Protection is for your protection and for your defense. Protect your energy from negative and unwanted influences. You have to arm your mind through meditation and mindfulness. You have to mind your body through the foods that you eat. Some of the foods that we eat are not good for us. Some of them have a lot of things in them that lower or increases our resistance, or I should say increases or decreases our resistance to things that could attack our bodies. So what we're eating is very important. If you're eating processed commercial meat, and I'm not judging anybody, it's just how it's processed here. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just how it's processed. I'm going to encourage you to kind of get off of it. Pork, probably going to process hot dogs, sausages, they're not going to be your friend. Dairy, probably not going to be your friend. These are the things cause inflammation in the body. It's going to make you more susceptible to physical attacks as well. So what you're eating has a lot to do with what's going on in your life, how you're feeling. So I always say, look at your diet. Look what you're putting into your mouth. What are you putting through your eyes? This is a channel as well. What are you taking in on a daily with social media, with TV, with just whatever? What are you putting in through here? Because this and this are just the same. They take as much information in, right? What are you hearing? Are you listening to conversations? Are you engaging in conversations of low vibration? Y'all, we got to do better. And I would like to say, I know it's common. I would like to say, oh, girl, don't worry about it. Oh, boy, it's all right. I can't tell you that. I'm going to tell you that a lot of stuff that we've normalized in society is not normal. Gossiping, taking in a lot of violence on TV and things like that. All of these is part of the attack. You better know it. To get your consciousness, to get your energy. Do not watch TV before you go to bed. Do not watch TV before you go to bed. Because what happens is about an hour or 2 before you go to bed, the brain starts to get into this mode where it starts to put some things into that subconscious mind. And that brain will be like, okay, this, that, this is what we're going to think about, this is what we're going to do. And it's remembering things. So you might have noticed, you might have watched something and then you may have a dream about it. It's because that time before you rest needs to be a time of releasing and meditation, because it's programming your subconscious mind for the next 8, 6, 10 hours, whatever you're sleeping. And it's the subconscious mind which is actually running your life, not always what you're cognizant of. So before you go to bed, it is an opportunity to set the tone for your soul and for your spirit. If there's some things you need to purge out, Ask the universe, your ancestors, your spirit team to help you to do it at that time. While I'm resting, reveal to me the things that need to be cleansed that no longer serve me. Help me to know myself. Help me to arise with joy and peace. I release all things that no longer serve me. Everything that I might have picked up, I release it and I call back my divine power and my divine strength. And I'm thankful for this body. I'm thankful for my mind. I ask divine protection over me wherever I go. And as I sleep into this realm, may the spirit of the ancestors and of divine love comfort me and keep me and protect me. That's a better nighttime prayer than watching something before you go to bed. This is setting the inside. So when you have to get up the next day and you have to go to work or you have to deal with that situation, you already been strengthened. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is spiritual hygiene, spiritual war. It's kind of what and what, because you got to be armed. You cannot be out here like this. We cannot do this anymore. We've got to get back to the basics, which is spiritual hygiene. Cleansing, being mindful of what you're taking in through your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, and your spirit. What environment you around? You got to be mindful of yourself. Do crowds give you a little anxiety? If that's the case, you need to be in places where you're not around crowds. Being mindful of yourself, being mindful of your energy and how it flows, knowing yourself is the best way to protect yourself. But if you don't know, and you're just out here, you're doing what everybody's telling you to do. They say, okay, run over here, go do that. Oh, now they're talking about this. Oh, now this is about to happen. Oh, gas prices. Oh, bread prices. And all your energy is here, there, and everywhere. How can you hear your own voice? How can you know what you need? How can you hear what the Spirit of the Most High is telling you in this moment to give you a direction to go right, to go left, to go up, to go down? How? When you're busy, when you're distracted. You see, the attack is the distraction. Again, what you put your focus on grows. So let me take your energy and let me put it over here. Let me take it off of you. Let me put it on what's going on over here. Let me put on what these people are saying over here. What they say you got to do now over there. Your attention is divided. And when you're divided, you cannot stand strong. And if we're fighting this battle, which we are fighting, and we will always fight. If you're divided and frazzled, well, I don't want you on my team. I know that. I don't want you fighting with me. Because you can't help me. Because you ain't together. So it's important that you stay in that space. All right. I got some notes here. This is so good. Some other keys. Mind your emotions. Stay in your peace. Stay in your joy. Stay in your happiness, your contentment. I talk about these all the time. Love, grace, ease, joy, contentment, happiness. Because this is your defense. It's not punching. It's not having a whole bunch of stuff. It's on the inside, because that is where everything is created. Right? One thing I have to say, because I see a lot of this, and this is kind of what sparked this thing, spiritual warfare, is because a lot of y'all don't know we're under heavy programming. It is what it is. You have to be mindful of the programming. You have to be mindful of things that you accept, that you know you shouldn't accept. I don't care what the world is saying. I don't care. It don't matter. It's about you. Too many of you have eaten the bullshit. I see it. And I can kind of see it in your life, how it shows up. You could get so much more out of life if you let go of the bullshit. Let go of the foolishness that came with our training and education. I'm highly educated, but it came with some bullshit. Have to peel away that. Let go of what they say, what a woman should be or what a man should be by these standards that don't exist. We are in a different economic times. We have to recreate ourselves. Let go of the thought of what you think you should have by a certain age or where you think you could be. Because the universe is infinite and abundant. You can have beyond that. But if you're just saying, oh, well, I'm this and I should be here by now, you're limiting yourself. The programming of what people say, what is right and wrong, what you should do, what you can't do, what you shouldn't believe, that is part of the warfare. It's called television for a reason. I don't care if it's on social media. It's the same thing. Because telling lies to your vision, honey. And if you can't see clearly, see. If you can't see clearly through your heart, you're going to make a bad decision for yourself. And then the war will continue to go on. And it will be easy for you to be defeated. But you have to pay attention to the programming. And it's very subtle. This is why when you're quiet within yourself, when you have the spiritual hygiene that's required, when those things creep in, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it first. You're like, ooh, that don't feel right. Ooh. And a lot of us ignore that still small voice, but that is our spirit that is telling us, don't do this. Don't go over there or call this person, but we ignore it. And when we ignore it, we do ourselves an injustice. I know it ain't popular to do certain things that spirit tell you to do. I know you don't want to be by yourself. I know you don't want to look crazy. I know, but that is also the programming, because it takes you away from your power, what you need to be doing, what everybody else is doing. Excuse me? Every animal is unique and different. Every tree plant is unique and different. Who said you have to do what everybody has to do? Who said you have to join in the crowd? That's the mind fuck. That's the programming. It is the power of your divine spirit that's going to keep you strong. Mind the distractions that are around you. You feel like you're spending too much time on social media, cut it all. If your business is online like mine is as well, I get it. But you can hire a virtual assistant to do some of the stuff that you don't need to be doing. I got a great one for you. Right? There's other things ways that you can do to get to the healing that you need to keep you protected, because it's only going to heat up. They're just starting. It's only going to heat up. But the divine mother and the divine father is telling us, y'all the power. Remember who you are. Stop giving your power away to economic situations of the world, because money don't exist. Money is what we believe it is. The real currency is your energy. Until you understand that you are the currency, you are the wealth, you are the power, you will continue to have the same issues that you've had over and over and over until you realize you are the power. And that nothing can't come to you unless you give it consent. And I mean nothing. Good, bad, and difference. No judgment to it. Everything bad that's happening, so-called bad that's happening to my life, I gave a consent to be there. I asked for it. Everything good. But all of these things are opportunities to say, you know what? When I acted this way, this is what happened. Let me trust myself this time. Let me not spaz out on my husband. Let me not talk crazy to my wife this time. I'm just going to sit back and hold my mind and breathe. And I'm going to keep practicing that until it gets easier. And the little things that used to happen don't even bother me anymore. It doesn't take my power anymore. Now I'm on the next level. You see? This impacts everything that you do. Second part, the idea of attack in spiritual warfare. Now, I see attack as transmute. When you see something come around your way, when you see some shit getting ready to be thrown at your door, that's fine. Do you know you can speak a word to transmute that energy for your benefit? Some people do return to sender. Some people do rituals and different things like that. You can just speak the word. I don't receive that. That's not going to happen in my house. My children are protected. My finances are protected. This is a form of attack. So attack is almost like an attempt to launch an energetic wish or a desire or an intent. Let's say intent, right? To transform what you see coming to you, right? So some people can say, oh, 2020, oh my gosh, that was so hard, blah, 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 blah. But me, I took that energy. I was like, oh, this is an opportunity, because people's hearts are wide open. Their foundation has been shaken. And so now they're looking for answers. This is an opportunity for the divine mother and father to show themselves to humanity again. This is how I saw it. This is how I transmuted that so-called negativity, right? This is what you can do. This is part of your creative energy. So when you feel attacked, just know you ain't got to sit there and accept nothing. You ain't got to take nothing. You can say, you know what? Everything that happens for so-called bad is going to turn for my good. And you look for ways. You look for ways in your life how things have turned out for your good, how things are turning out for your good, and how things are for your good. And you hold on to that energy. Sooner or later, that energy is going to overtake whatever it is that you were focusing on. You have the power. Spiritual work, you have the power. The idea was to get you to forget about who you are. The things that happened in your life was trying to get you to forget who you are. Oh, I know your parents was terrible. I know there was something terrible. I know that rape and molestation was something wicked. I know. But there's something there for you. You're still here. In fact, you are watching this thing. Spirit wants you to know, take that experience, feel that experience, be aware and be fully immersed in that experience, and then ask yourself, what do I want to do with this? See, I know what it feels like to have my power stripped away from me. Ooh, that don't feel good. I already know what that feels like. But now I have an opportunity to create what it feels like to have my power restored in my mind, body, and soul. And this is my intention. You tell the universe, this is my intention. So whatever attack came to you when you were younger or whenever, you can take that experience and turn it for yourself and for your highest good. That way you remove the sting of it. You remove the pain of it, but you don't forget the experience. And you take that to formulate something great for yourself. What does this have to do with spiritual warfare? What you mean? This is about you winning. This is about you having what you want in life. This is having your shit protected and you going about your life knowing that whatever comes your way, you got this. You are enough. whatever it is that you have right now in your being, you don't need another car, you don't need another house, you don't need not even another dollar. And I always talk about abundance, but hear what I'm saying, because I'm talking about you being the abundance. I'm talking about you being the power. Oh, if you just know how much that's here for you, and the 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 intent that has been set before you were born, when you first came here, before you were born, the intent that has been set for your life, that hasn't changed. We've gotten distracted. We all have gotten distracted, including myself. But once you know who you know, who you know, who you know, who you are, and you start to practice and then seeing it work, practice and seeing it work, and then you build your momentum, can't nobody tell you shit. Can't nothing happen in this world to you unless you decide, right? Lauren says, so damn true. I need to ignore this shit. They say economy's crashing and my shift and mine shift to that. Then it's food shortages. Mine shift. Yes, yes. And it's ongoing. This is why I disconnect at some point. This is why TV is really, really minimized. I don't even care for it, but other people in my household use it for other educational purposes, no problem. This is why I'm careful when I listen to the radio, because this is too important to me. I am too important to me. I've got to keep this straight and got to know it's a distraction. It's a distraction. People are talking about, oh yeah, gas about to be, I think they said a couple of weeks ago, $5, and people are getting plastic containers and going to the gas pump and getting gas because there's gas, this is gas going. I said, my family, we decided we're not going to do that. So we do our normal thing, and the gas prices were the same. It was nothing up and down. But what if I had given all of my energy to worrying about gas, how we gonna store gas, running to Home Depot, getting these gas cans, storing it in this hot ass Louisiana sun, figuring that out to be safe? What if I'm doing all of that? Guess what? I'm distracted from my purpose, and then my blood pressure is going up, right? And then my stomach is hurting because I'm nervous. And then I have a 2-year-old. Now he's crying, and his crying get on my nerves, right? And now it's trying to get on my nerves. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to talk to my husband. My husband asks for dinner. I'm snapping at him. Just my power's gone. All because somebody said you ain't gonna have no gas tomorrow. All because I believe that was my source. All because I believe that this job is my source. This world is my source. And if I didn't do it, then something's gonna happen. You see the bullshit? You see the fuckery, but you also see how it impacts your family. You also see how it impacts your health. This is my personal testimony. You also see how it impacts your health and other people around you. How can that be of divine love? How can that be empowering? How can it be empowering? And if you're in that situation, defense can come in real quickly in your heart. Unforgiveness can slip in real quick because the tension is already high. You see what I'm saying? This is why your divine love and who you are is so important. Do not give your attention away. Do not give your attention away. And I find that I have to move a lot slower. And it's the reason why this society is very fast paced. Because when things are fast too, it's easy for you to miss things. It's easy for you to forget that you hadn't eaten all day. Some of y'all ain't eat today. And it's 1:00 Central, 1:30 Central Time. Put something in your stomach. It's easy to forget that you're 70% water and you need to drink water when you're so busy. That's another attack. Busyness. Doing too much. You see it? This is why we have to deprogram. You see it? It's easy to say, hey, I went to school. I got a good education. I should have a great man who went to school, make all this money, and have all this other stuff too. Programming. The universe will deliver to you who loves you. Who the fuck cares what school he went to? Who cares how much money he makes? Mama, I told you money's a fallacy. We use it just to operate in this realm, but outside of that, money don't mean shit. And technically, it don't mean shit because you can create different forms of money. But how many times do we stop? Do we stick to the program, what we should be doing, shouldn't be doing because of the program? And in the midst of it, we lose our joy, we lose our peace, we lose our power. And Spirit is saying you have given away your power for too long. This is why you are sick. If you're suffering with diabetes today or any sugar imbalance, it may be because you have some bitterness. And your attempt to cover up that bitterness is your body craving sweetness in your life, right? So you need to give yourself the gift of sweetness, because that itself, what they call diabetes, is a weakness, energy weakness. So wherever there's weakness, it's an opportunity for you to be attacked in that area of weakness. So we have to shore up ourselves. Those who are suffering with high blood pressure, You probably need to forgive yourself on a deeper level. I know you said it. I know you said it. I've said it. But you haven't let everything go. And forgiveness is just an acknowledgement and acceptance, but it's also a release of it. It's opening your hand so that you can receive what you need to receive for yourself, but you can also let go of what no longer serves you. You can let go of the tension, the squeezing, the force. You can let it go. And when you're open, now you can use these hands for warfare. Now you can use this hand to cook you something, to get you something to drink. But when you're closed tight and you're holding on to stuff, you can't do nothing for yourself. So that high blood pressure could be showing up in your life that way, that tension. And also some worry. Some of you are just worrying too much because you're paying attention to what the economy is saying, what they're saying this, how we're going to do this, how we're going to... Get into yourself. You are the power. Once you start to worry, you fragment. You break into pieces. You start to take pieces of yourself, right? This is why we got to do a lot of soul retrieval, because through everything that happens, if it's God forbid, a car accident, or you lose a job, a spouse, or just going through life and the traumas of life, it's like this. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's like. Something happen to you, divorce, child acting crazy, lose a job, natural disaster, 2020, bad relationship breakup, something else. So here you go. This is where we at. But we started. We had all these pieces put together. It was one piece. So what you need to do is to call back your divine power and divine strength every day, sometimes twice a day if you like, but also call back the parts of you that's been fragmented, not just in this lifetime. It's just like a prayer. In former lifetimes and different realms, I call back my divine power and divine strength from former lifetimes, from different realms and different dimensions, because you are existing in different dimensions. You're aware of this one, 3D, but you're aware of this one. But there's other dimensions which your energy exists and it is experiencing things. So you may feel like you experience something here, like, what's going on? It could be a part of you somewhere else. This is why you call back your divine power, your divine strength, your divine energy. Parts of you that has been fragmented in relationships, traumatizing birth stories. If your mother had you and it was traumatizing as fuck, you can call back parts of your soul that was broken at that time, because you're being impacted by that. This is part of your spiritual warfare. This is part of getting back to your wholeness. Because when you're whole, what can happen to you? But you got to stay focused. And if you're struggling with staying focused, you have to know you have to create the environment so that this can be maintained. So if your house is full of distractions, junk, clutter, that got to be cleared out. You should have no junk and clutter anywhere. Junk and clutter are indications of internal junk and clutter. Your thoughts are everywhere. Things are everywhere. Anything underneath your bed, if it's clutter underneath your bed, that means you got a lot of stuff in your subconscious mind that needs to come out. Those with closets, same thing. Same thing. Where you lay your head is very important. You can't take these things lightly. And I realize that this generation, we're not really taught this like I was back in the day. Like, oh, you take your shoes off before you come to the house. It's not because of the dirt on the floor. Because we realize that things are energy. And if you've been in the city, if you've been working all day at your job, you've picked up energy on your feet. You picked up energy on your feet. So now you come home, which is your sacred abode, which is your silo, which is your protection from the outside world. And you bring that right on into your house. So now your kids dealing with your balls and their craziness, your husband, your wife dealing with them, your dog. You don't try it. Go a week, shoes off in the house. See the difference. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Clear out underneath your bed. Feel the difference. Your closet. Feel the difference. Our work in our tradition focuses on self-empowerment. This is why I don't do a lot of, hey, do this ritual right away. Do that right away. Any ritual that I recommend is always for your empowerment. It's not to say pray to this deity or use this crystal alone. No, no, no. These are just tools. I'm going to give you some tools. But you are the power. It's always about you. Always about what your highest self says, to honor that energy, to honor the God that lives in you. Remember, love is the highest vibration. If you stay in love, what can happen to you? But this is called the work, because we got to work at it. I got to work at it every day. When I get up, I got to go through my ritual of setting myself up, because if I don't, I am not nice Sistah Yaya all the time. And that's okay. That's okay. So I want to encourage you to do that. So remember, you can transmute any situation that comes your way. I had a child at 14 years old. Not ideal. Wouldn't recommend it for many reasons. And that to me was a tragedy, but I've learned to take that situation and say, yeah, what have you learned from this? And this is what you see today. Me standing in front of you talking. We out in nature. We're talking about how to heal ourselves. Right? So that's taking what seems to be a negative into a positive, but it's for my strengthening. It's for my encouragement. It's for my life force. I want to remind you to continue to use your words. Words are so important. Words have magic. When you write, the reason they call it spelling, because spell isn't a part of that, right? Spell words, write them down, say them, confess what you want, write down the things you want, journal these things. These things are going to help to strengthen you. But when you see a situation that doesn't honor your highest good coming at you, you can speak to that. Oh no, I reject poverty. I reject sickness. Oh no, 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 not here. No, no, no. I am filled with life. I am abundant. I am prosperous. Always doing it in the positive. I am. I am healed. I am loved. I am encouraged. I am embraced. This builds you. This puts armor on you. Oh, I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gratitude is probably the best way. Gratitude is probably the best way to raise your vibration. Thank you for the wind. Thank you for the water. You see? Thank you for the water. Thank you for the air. Thank you for the music. Yes? What it does, it coats you. It's like it puts like protection over you. It covers you. So whatever comes, it don't stick to you. You may see, you may feel, but it ain't touching you. I encourage you to create these sacred spaces in your heart and in your mind that you can always go to when things get tough. We'll talk about that in a minute. So in using your words, you have the power to speak, to bind things up, tie it up, or to loose it. Loose it. Is your money acting funny? You might need to loose some things, but you also need to bind some other energies. But also look and see yourself to see how you're participating in that process. Use your words. Speak power. This thing creates and it destroys. That's all it does. You got an issue? Use this. You're using it anyway. Use it for your good. Be mindful what comes out of it. What is the intent of what I'm saying? Before I started this, I took notes because I wanted my intent to be very clear and succinct because this is so important. This is so, and it's fundamental to everything in your life. It's fundamental to how you move and what you receive and what you don't receive. Spiritual warfare. It starts with you. It starts with your protection. It starts with you knowing who you are, deprogramming, knowing how to transmute energy for your highest good. You can do it. Just speak what you want. Last but not least, this is one of my favorite ones. If you feel like you are under spiritual attack or these things are just raining on you all over, do you know you have a place of refuge you can go to on the inside? You ain't sometimes got to always fight every battle. Now, I'm a big advocate for not having to do everything. Now I am. You can say, Divine Mother, Divine Father, God, Universe, whoever it is, I need your protection right now. Cover me with your love. Guide me into your comfort and your joy because right now I don't have the strength or I don't have the know-how. But I trust the divine power of love within me to do this for me. You don't have to do anything. You can rest in the sacred space of your mind and of your soul, where there's a complete surrender into a process, knowing that you are protected for your highest good, right? You can rest and allow the spirit to come and to minister grace, love, ease to you, to be your protector when you feel like you can't do it yourself. Because honestly, some days I feel like I ain't got it. And that's real. And you may have days, months, or even weeks to say, you know what? I is tired, balls. I is tired. And that is okay. This is a good place because what it leads you to is surrender. And these are principles people talk about. Surrender, how is that powerful? Oh, no, you're being weak. What? They got to tell you you're weak so you can't use the power of it. That's the programming part, right? But when you get into the part of surrender, you say, I trust the divine. You anchor yourself into the divine. You hold on to I'm trusting in you. I'm trusting in you to guide me, to support me, to help me, to love me. And I'm going to rest and let you do what you want to do. You can do this through meditation. You can do this through ceremonies, being in nature. You can do this through rituals that you create for yourself. What it does, it quiets the noise that's on the inside. It quiets the confusion that I don't know what the fuck to do. No energy. It quiets down the tension and the stress and the anxiety. Okay, I feel better. When you start to feel better, that means you're getting stronger. Okay, I think I should go here. Okay, I think I need to call so-and-so to help me, or I think I should read, or I think I should do this. That's your protection. That's the spirit working. But you can rest in that. You don't have to labor. You ain't always got to keep doing and doing and doing and doing and this and this and that. Some of y'all need to be able to rest, relax, and see your own power, your divine power. Because a lot of y'all can do a lot of things. I get it. But can you rest? Can you be still? Can you be still? Can you be silent? Those things require discipline. They require a deep, deep discipline, a deep respect and reverence for yourself. When you start to revere yourself, you'll start to feel more power. When you're careful where you put your feet, where you go, where you hang out, what you eat, what you put on your body, what you put in your body, you start to revere yourself with respect. Like they said, you need to revere a God outside of you. But when you treat the God outside of you like the God inside of you, now you can go back and read the Bible and see yourself as God and be like, fuck this, I got this. But when everything is outside, 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 you see distractions and you'll never know your power. So the secret and the key to spiritual warfare and to winning is you. Is disciplining yourself, getting a cleaner environment in your body and your mind, minding what you're taking in, resting in divine love and in divine power that's here to help you. Knowing that this is your birthright and you are worthy. Birthright means you come into it. Birthright don't mean you got to work for it. Birthright don't mean you got to give it away or you got to use it this way or that way. It is yours and yours alone to do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. Power, healing is your birthright. Not struggling all the time, not poverty, not confusion. These are the things we are experiencing as we're fine-tuning ourselves, as we're cleaning ourselves. We come to earth to fine-tune, to get the shit off of us as we see the stress. Through spiritual warfare, we can see what's going on, so we know I got the power. I know. Look, I'm in this realm, but I ain't in this realm, so I already know. You start to live a different existence. You start to move through the streets a little bit. People look at you different. You go to the store, you getting your free groceries. You going over here, somebody letting you get the closest parking spot, and you just being you because your energy is already manifesting for you. So when people say, "Yeah, you manifest so quickly," what do you do? What do you do? I make sure this is clean. That's it. That's why it's kind of easy. I work hard on my spiritual hygiene. I work hard. Before I come to you, I got to have my mind right. I can't be hollering with my husband and hollering with my son and doing all this stuff. And then come, hey, y'all. Mm-mm. Those who know me know me. But it's evident in my life. I live a different reality. I got to move about and do different things. But I'm at the lake today. I'm hanging out. But I remember the person on the inside that creates for me. And I never come on here and tell y'all stuff that I don't do and I don't live. Everything I share with you, I do. I live in practice. That's when you do it. That's when you get good results because it works that way. That's how it is. So I encourage you, look in ways in your life that are not working. See what things you can clean up. I'll start cleaning your house is a perfect way to start. Spiritual warfare, what does that have to do with it? It has a lot to do with it. Mind what you're eating, what you're taking in. Fasting, praying, meditating. Make this as part of your life that you're brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Even it don't have to be anything big. If you say, okay, every day I'm gonna do 5 minutes, do the 5 minutes every day. It's not about the length of time or how elaborate your ritual is and how pretty it is. It has nothing, in essence, to do with that. But everything with the intent of healing yourself, of strengthening yourself, of putting on your whole armor, which is your peace, your love, your ability to speak, your ability to lay hands and to be healed, your ability to walk, to breathe, to reproduce. This is your armor. We're not fighting with guns and machetes and shit like that. No, that's a we fight here. We can pray and change things around the world. We can say a prayer and touch someone's life over there. We can have a dream about something and do it and impact many generations, yet unborn. Because it starts here. So we can't have this clouded. We can't have it with stuff and junk and foolishness and things. Be willing to let this lower life die. Because where we going, it can't go with you anyway. But if you surrender it, it will be better that you surrender it in love and grace than for it to be snatched from out of you. No. You're responsible for this energy that you have in this earth. What you do with it is up to you. I can't tell you what to do with your energy. I can't tell you. I can say if you want better life, a better way of living, here are some ideas you may want to try out, but I can't tell you what to do with your energy. Only you know what to do with your energy. My recommendation is strengthen yourself. Make it beautiful. Make your presence beautiful. Make it shine. Let it smell good. Wherever you go, they have no choice but to bow down to the energy because you bring such beauty, such light, such goodness wherever you go because you live that. You feel that. You embody that. And wherever you go, they're speaking great things about you because you're pure divine love everywhere. And I see it in a lot of you. You might not feel I see it in a lot of you on my friends list. It's amazing. Like, man, this person's just divine love. The heart is wide open. The intent is so pure. This is how you win. This is how you win. So I encourage you to get into your power and stay in your power and stay in your strength. This is how you overcome. We have Caribbean Healing and Herbalism 101 starting September 23rd. A lot of students who are actually on the line now. Hey, Mika, she's here. It will change your life. It will show you ways how to get your power back, how to use your power to heal yourself and heal those who you love, how to open your heart open to receive, how to do some deep self-forgiveness and a little magic as well. But also we learn about herbs. We learn about numerology and how to get results. It's all about self-empowerment. So I encourage you, check out the link and register for Caribbean Healing Herbalism 101 starts September 23rd. I teach this class live, not a pre-recording. It's a live class. I tell my students, come and get what you need. And those who have an intent, they always get what they need. Always. Because I teach these principles, but I teach more practical things you can do. We also have the abundance ritual starting the 24th. That's a Thursday, 8 Central Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. $55.55. People have been getting breakthroughs, settlements that have been held up in court cleared, lawyer stuff cleared, jobs, promotions, money's been coming. This is people have been asking, and it's here. So get in on that ritual. Link is in the bio as well. Get in on the abundance ritual, please, please, please. We also have the Mother Wounds class, Mother Wounds Healing class, a 1-hour pre-recorded class on soultribeacademy.org. Y'all, our mother's energy rules our emotional body. So your emotions, if you look at your emotions, they should be very similar to your mother's in some ways, or to the female that took care of you, because that feminine energy rules things, the emotions. Sometimes we inherit things that we really don't want. It's not good for our incarnation. So we have to go in and fix it. So we talk about that in the class. We also have a bloodline cleansing ritual to get some of that heavy energy from our mama's side and our daddy's side to clear it up in the spirit realm so our lives can be better. Because a lot of things that we're carrying, that's our mama stuff. That's your great grandfather stuff. But you've taken it on and you've identified it as your own. But Spirit is saying now you have the power to give that back so you can live your life free. This is about your freedom. If we're not living in freedom and abundance, what is we doing? What is we doing? When you make that the standard for your life, and you make the standard that I'm going to be in peace, I'm going to have my joy. I don't care who and don't like it. What? Your life will start to change. When you put on your armor and you put up your defense, I'm not taking this shit. I deserve better than this. I am healed. I am overcoming. Your life starts to change. A lot of shit you won't take for yourself. And then you will see your money. You will see your relationships. You will see your housing start to change. Because now you've tapped into the source of infinite power. Infinite. This realm is finite. There's many realms. This is very low vibration. But if you stay here, then this is what you want to deal with. I mean, some parts of it's good, but you know what I'm talking about, the bullshit of it. But there's a higher that's available to you while you are here. Why don't we take advantage of it? Let's breathe together, family. Let's just breathe for a little bit. Let's breathe in through our nose for 5 seconds. Let's hold it for 5 seconds. And let us release for 5 seconds. Let's breathe in. Hold it. Release. Then just hold it. Release. Breathe in. Let's hold it. And release through our mouth. If anyone has any questions, you can always put them in the chat. You gotta know you could do this. You gotta know that this is possible. You gotta know there's people out here actually living a life where they maintain their protection through their love, the divine love. You need to see examples of it. I try to be an example for myself. Hopefully, I'm one to you as well. I don't share anything I don't do. I don't share anything that doesn't resonate, that hasn't been proven from time to time. You are the power. You are the power. You are the power. And anytime you give that power away, it's an opportunity for something to come into your life. And it's just how it is. And not to scare you, not to make you nervous. It's just what it is. So throughout your day, the meditations become important. Your affirmations become important. Drinking your water becomes important. Getting in nature becomes important because it helps to raise your vibration. And again, you're like that clean house. When a house is clean, it's easy to spot a bag that's out of place. It's easy to spot if something's on the floor. It's easy because you keep a spiritual environment that's pristine, right? So you can catch things very quickly before they get a hold in your life, right? So sometimes it's not that things are attacking us. Sometimes it's just that we haven't kept our strength up the way it needs to be. And during this time, a lot of us and our bodies are changing because we're in a time of ascension and change. So what you used to do maybe a couple of years ago or even a few months ago, you may not be able to do that right now. So Spirit is asking that you honor your new boundaries. Spirit asks that you honor your mind. When you feel like you're getting overwhelmed mentally, take a moment. Those who are around you who love you will understand and embrace that no matter what, right? Spirit says time to rest. There's a new way of working where you can rest and still make money. Tap into the energy and the flow that's here for you. Some of you need to start some businesses. Yeah, you need to start your own business because that's going to give you some more leverage in this world. What it is, whatever makes you happy, whatever it is that gives you greatest joy. And they'll say, oh, nobody will buy this. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's programming and that's mother wound shit. Yes, they will pay you. They will pay your fee and you will be abundant and you will be prosperous. You see? That's spiritual warfare right there when we self-sabotage. But it's okay because we are learning. I love you all. I'm grateful for your time and your attention today. I know it's the weekend. You could be doing a whole bunch of other things, but you decided to tune in with Sistah Yaya. I sure hope that some information that I shared has encouraged you, has helped to raise your vibration, has helped to bring you closer to your center, to your core of who you are. Remember, don't worry about what's around you. These things, distractions. What's most important is your life force and your energy. Do your best to stay true to you because in your authenticity, we find alignment. And when we are in aligned with ourselves and our higher self, that's where our power is, you see? But it starts with you being who you really are and who you've come here to be. I look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you so much for enjoying this beautiful afternoon with me here. And I wish to see you another time. I love you. Bye-bye. Peace.